to be talking about the Jeb door. Not only how to build it, but why it works. So when I started playing and I was looking through all this kind of stuff, I noticed that there's a lot of how to build these secret doors, also known as the Jeb door. But it didn't ever show why it worked, and I'm one of those people that needs to know why something works. I mean, yeah, I can just build it, but I need to know why. So I built one, the first time, and I spent a lot of time to kind of figure out why it worked. That way you can build other things on your own that are similar to it, but have your own unique kind of style. So let's get into it. Here's our door right here. So as you can see, it's perfectly seamless. You can't tell that there's a door there except for this very obvious switch. And you can make that a lot less obvious, but I'm going to go into that in another video on different ways to open your secret doors. So there it is. We've got our door, closes, it opens, so let's get into it. You're not going to need too much for this, really. You're going to need 9 sticky pistons, and then the blocks of your choice for your door, and then some redstone, of course, and a redstone repeater, and then levers for the switches. Alright, so we're going to put our sticky pistons just like this. So we've got 2 going that way, or I mean, like 2 rows going that way of 2. And then 2 stacked up going this way. We're going to space out 2 blocks. So we're going to go 1, 2. And we're going to do the exact same thing except opposite. So get those there. We're going to put these right here. Oops, not there. Right there. And then we are going to get our brick of choice out. So, or block of choice, and I'm using brick. Alright, so we've got our brick there. Okay, now for the rest of the framework. So this is the basics right here. Now we're going to get the rest of this framework in. Alright, so these are our blocks that are going to be moving. And these are going to be holding steady. Now we're going to put blocks, oops, not there, all over the top here. So I'm just going to leave this one off. I'm not going to build this yet. Just so it looks a little bit cleaner while we're doing the redstone work. Okay, and then we're going to fill in the blocks in between. And now we're going to lay down some redstone. Okay, so we're going to have 2 redstone right there, redstone right here, redstone right here, redstone right here, redstone right here. And then we're going to do repeaters. Okay, a repeater facing in this direction on 2 ticks. And a repeater facing in this direction on 2 ticks. Okay, now this is, you're pretty much done. Now all got to do is add the switches. So just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to add my switch right here. Make sure everything's working. Everything works. Let's go ahead and add the rest of our frame here. Sure everything's still working. Bam. Beautiful. So now let's go into kind of explaining how and why this works. Okay, so first the repeaters, and I'm not going to explain the repeaters a whole lot in this video just because I am going to do a separate video on the repeaters and comparators. But what these repeaters do is they amplify the signal to the max signal, which is 15. And again, I'm going to go into more of that on the repeater and comparator video on what power level 15 means, but just know that max power is 15, and that sends out 15 blocks of power. Okay, so the reason that that's important is to keep these on the same time, the same power level, the same time, all of that good stuff. Because if it wasn't, and this was just going in, and we had more power going this way than this way, the timing would be off. So what this does is it creates equal power on the sides of the walls. What these repeaters do is, so when the repeater's already placed down, you can change the ticks of the repeater. And what that means is each tick is a tenth of a second. So that's 0.1 second, 0.2 seconds, 0.3 seconds. Or, oops, that's not what I meant to do at all there. It's okay. So, like I said, 0.1 second tick, 2, 3, and 4. It goes up to 0.4 seconds. Okay, so if these were just at 1, this is what happens. You go to close your door, and your bricks don't come with it. They get stuck in the middle. And what happens is everything is going pretty much at the same time. Obviously, there's a 0.1 second difference in between these pistons going, but that's not enough time for these to pull out the blocks and get dragged back. So we need to delay that time a little bit. So that's what the 0.2 seconds is for. Now you might be thinking, well, I don't really want, so everything should be working now that we got the, yeah, see, so now we're working because we got the 0.2 seconds. Now you might be thinking, I don't really want to put my lever right here where everyone can see it. So, as long as, since the way that we have our repeaters set up, as long as your path goes from the center here, you can set it up in any way you want. So, let's say we wanted to be a little bit more secretive with our redstone switch. Okay, you can build this behind the wall that you're making secret, and then you can build this out, add some redstone, and one thing here is that we want to just like I said it before with those repeaters, they amplify the power to max, so we want to make sure that we got max power going into here. We don't want it to fall off anywhere. Okay, and then we are going to get our lever. And now, so it doesn't have to be a lever, it can be different things. I'm going to make a video about you know, different ways to open your secret door. But you know, you can make this as far out as you want. As long as you put the repeaters within every 15 blocks, that signal will go as far as you need it to go. I just didn't do it that far for time's sake. So everything's still working. And then once we go back here, so let's say we go through our secret door and we want to close it. Just make sure we're right next to that redstone right here. And then we're going to go ahead and close our door behind us. Now, I'm about to end this video here, but before I do, this is the third thing that I'm going to put in a different video because this is going to take a lot more time to explain. So the problem with this setup is, let's say there's 2 people in your server. You've already gone back into your secret room and there's somebody else that wants to come in. Well, obviously there'd be a big wall right here. You can't just walk around it. When they go to it, it's not going to work anymore. Okay, so that's where the XOR gate comes into place. And what that's going to allow you to do is, no matter which switch you flip, you're going to be able to open and close that door. It doesn't matter if one's on already or anything like that. Again, I haven't made those videos yet. I'm going to make them, and when I do, I will put the links into the description of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed this. If y'all have any questions, just please put it in the comments, and I will answer them as soon as I can. Alright, hope y'all have a good day, and if I don't see you tomorrow, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.